Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. It's Tuesday, it's time to talk about some new releases coming out this Friday, December 9th. There's about 600 albums coming out. I got 8 that are on my list today though. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist that we put together, and of course also the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So like I said in the intro, there's about 600 albums coming out this week. I got 8 that I'm going to talk about today. If there's something I don't talk about on the show, though, make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what else you're looking forward to. And if you're unable to find any of these 8 releases in your local record store, I'll put links in the show description down below. All these are available on Amazon if you're looking for them. So it's not a huge week for new releases, but there are a couple of interesting ones coming out. The first one, this is John Frusciante, Inside the Emptiness. Of course, John is the one of the primary guitarists for Red Hot Chili Peppers. Of course, they've gone through a couple of guitarists over the years, but John joined the Chili Peppers, I think it was 89, I think, when Mother's Milk came out. And, has been on and off with the band over the years, but I didn't realize he had such a big solo career. This was originally released back in 2004. It was his 6th studio album, and it was actually the fourth and final album that he released in 2004. There was a 6-album series he did from beginning of 2004 until the beginning of 2005. So he's got 11 studio albums that he's released over the years. I've never heard any of it. I should go back and check it out. He's a fantastic guitarist. I'm kind of hit or miss on some of the vocals he's done over the years, but this is going to run you $30 online. The next one is one I've seen several people talk about over the last couple of weeks. This is My Morning Jacket, Circuital. I think that's how you pronounce the title of that. Original release back in 2011. It's their 6th studio album. It's already $48 online. This is a 3 LP set, and they're releasing 3 different random colors for this album. There's a pinkish, purplish kind of color, an orange, and then a blue. The mock-ups I've seen they look pretty cool. This is also a glow-in-the-dark sleeve. My Morning Jacket, like I said, there's people, I know they're a big band. I just have never kind of broke down and checked this album out. I really should, because I think this album actually won or was nominated for a couple of Grammys. So I definitely should go back and at least check out this one and probably dig through the rest of their discography. So over the last couple of months, Queen has been reissuing a lot of their albums. This week they're releasing A Day at the Races. Original release back in 1976. It was their 5th studio album. Somebody to Love was the big track that was on this album. This has to be mastered on black vinyl. And A Day at the Races was actually the first Queen album to be completely self-produced. So it's a fantastic album. It's one of those kind of staple Queen albums. I've got the box set, so of course I'm going to pass on that one. And actually I think I've got an original pressing of it also. And then you have also got Queens of the Stone Age reissuing Villains this week. This was originally released back in 2017. Actually, it was Queens of the Stone Age last album so far. And it's their 7th studio album. It's a double LP on white vinyl, and then there's a D-side etching, and then it's also got comes with a poster also. Queens of the Stone Age, man, if you haven't checked them out, fantastic rock band, bunch of great stuff. I think Villains is probably one of my favorite albums by the band. I think they've kind of reissued some other albums over the last couple of months, also kind of along the same lines as Queen. But for $40, it's probably a little bit more. I think it's more on the pricey end for me. If it was maybe $5 or $8 cheaper, I probably would be more interested to pick it up, especially since I can grab the CD for $10 on Amazon. I don't know. When I go to the record store, I'll decide if I'm gonna pick it up or not. But it is a great album though. This week you get the 10th anniversary release of Boys and Girls by Alabama Shakes coming out. And, of course, released back in 2012. If you're not familiar with Alabama Shakes, definitely go back and check them out. Just a great blues rock band. I think they've only released 2 studio albums. This was their debut. There's 2 versions that's going to be available. They're both double LPs. One is on clear vinyl, And then there's a silver and black splatter Amazon exclusive. If you're interested in either one of those, I'll put links down below. You can grab a copy of that. Like I said, just a fantastic album. It's going to run you $36 online. And the second LP is a live album recorded for the KCRW's Morning Becomes Electric, which was a show that they did in January of 2012 for, I think KCRW is the radio station. But it's one that, like I said, if you're not familiar with that album, check it out. It is a fantastic album. Of the two Alabama Shakes albums, it's definitely my favorite of the two. And then this week you've also got Cinderella live at the Key Club being released. This was originally released back in 1999. This is recorded live at the Key Club in Hollywood in October of '98. It's on a purple like a purple marble splatter. The mock-up of it looks really sweet. I really like the way it turned out. And it's going to run you $33 online. I could have swore this was just recently released. So I don't know if this came out earlier this year and just being like a reissue of that release, or if that release actually got pushed back to now. But Cinderella, it's a great band. In this live album they kind of go over all the big Cinderella hits. So it's one that I probably won't pick it up on vinyl, even though it does look kind of cool. It's available for streaming. It's on CD also. I'll probably pick it up on CD. But it is a great album. If you haven't, make sure you check it out. This week, there's a big Echo and the Bunnymen release coming out. This is Evergreen. This is the first time it's ever been available on vinyl. It was released back in 1997. It was their 7th studio album. It's on white vinyl, of course, 1997, so it's the 25th anniversary release. It's going to run you $33 online, and this was their first album in 7 years. So it was kind of a comeback for Echo and the Bunnymen. And they're a band that I really hadn't got into. I don't think I'd listened to any of their music until it was probably last year. They released a bunch of their albums for the Rhino Rocktober releases that they did last year. And that's kind of when I started digging into the band. Fantastic band. I don't think I've listened to Evergreen all the way through. So it's definitely what I need to stream before I go to the record store this week. And then the last one on my list, this is Enough's Enough Greatest Hits. This was released back in 2006. And this is on Purple Splatter. It's going to run you $33 online. It's a compilation of 10 of their biggest tracks. And, a lot of these greatest hits have come out over the last, couple of decades. Have a lot of re-recorded stuff on there, especially from bands from the, mid part of the 80s to the early part of the 90s. But there's no re-recordings on this one. Enough's Enough is one of those bands that I think had they come out maybe 4 or 5 years earlier, they probably would have been a much bigger band than what they ended up being. I think their debut came out in like '89, so they were like right on the very end of that hair metal craze, and right before like grunge kind of blew up everything. There are some great guest appearances on here. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins is on here. Rick Nelson from Cheap Trick, and James Young from Styx. Enough's Enough, like I said, they've got a bunch of great tracks. I've got a couple of their albums. I probably will grab this Greatest Hits, though, because for $33, I think it's a great compilation. Like I said in the beginning, it's not a huge week for new releases, but I think there's a couple of big releases. Definitely a couple of ones I'm going to grab. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm excited to grab that Evergreen. I'm going to stream it first, though. Alabama Shakes, because I don't have that on vinyl. And then, I definitely need to check out the John Frusciante stuff. Because, like I said, 11 studio albums, there's got to be I'm sure there's something there I'm going to dig into. But, I don't know, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Bunch of great releases. Like I said, there's almost right around 600 albums coming out this Friday. So there's a lot of great stuff, I'm sure. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.